Friday, and I am on the mic with my boy, the Mad Hatter. What's going on, y'all?
Oh, man, I am feeling the Funk Boutique in the background playing happy post-Thanksgiving, brother.
No, I know Papa Smurf is in the back doing the shuffle right now saying, oh, shoot, they got Funk Boutique on.
SBTV Nation, stand up, man. What is going on? Fabulous turkey day for me, man. Enjoyed being with the family. Enjoyed stuffing my face all day long, and I am paying for it today, Dream.
And that's about all you did enjoy was stuffing your face because the games...
Oh, my God. The games were embarrassing, man.
The games were games.
The games were embarrassing, except for a competitive game at the end where Jake Cuddles coming into the frozen tundra in the rain and beating up on the Green Bay Packers last night. Kind of breaking a bunch of hearts last night, man.
The games were games. Boy, what a mess. What a mess. Yesterday's landscape was not that dope. As we had first, you know, listen, I like to take pride. One thing I hate is a stubborn person. You know, I'm really against any type of stubbornness, okay? Yep. And I'm always open-minded. Like I say, I try to look at a lot of angles. I listen to a lot of people's comments. I have some people that I really value their opinions. I try to listen to them. And I don't want to be that stubborn guy, even though, you know, a lot of times I do kind of think, you know, I do feel like I really there and know what I'm talking about. But, you know, you always keep yourself open, especially with football, especially this season, yep, because there's been some hiccups. So, you know, I really like Detroit because we talked about it on Wednesday.
Yep.
But I got with a couple people, and a couple people got in my head, and a couple people started talking to me, dude. And at the last minute, man, I was like, yeah, I don't know. I think if you get in a teaser situation and you're able to get, you know, you're able to give Philly plus a bunch of points, you know, maybe go ahead and do it because it won't be, you know, Detroit probably's not going to play out because they're both teams stink.
Yep.
So that was where I was kind of thinking yesterday, and where, you know, what was you know, what was recommended.
So you went the other way.
Yeah.
Oh man, come on, dude. It's Philly. You and Chip, man. You love Chip, don't you?
I don't love him. I hate it. I honestly don't love him. I did not like Philadelphia in the spot yesterday. I thought Detroit. But my thing was, I said, like, I never saw Detroit winning like that.
Oh my God, we gotta get you like a Sanchez jersey or something, kid.
Never saw Detroit winning like that, and I know you didn't either. I mean, listen,
I did not.
Whatever. I never see him winning like that.
Oh,
okay?
Man, I know. Taking a look at it, the Lions emerged 45-14 over the Philadelphia Eagles, and Matt Stafford 337 yards with 5 touchdowns playing. 5. Definitely shined as far as the fantasy guys are concerned, man.
No
Amir
doubt.
Abdullah also had 16 carries, 63 yards, and Megatron 3 touchdowns, 93 yards as well, Dream.
I know, brother. I know.
I know. But then
in Philly, honestly, dude, I felt like the owner should have came right down on the sideline and just removed the headset from Chip's hand, took his clipboard, threw it right in the garbage. And I heard somebody say, like, what did Chip have in his hand? A menu? Because it definitely wasn't no plays.
It was no plays. No plays.
But yeah, I mean, listen, that's as bad as it gets. I really think that.
Go ahead.
I really think that Philly needs to move in another direction.
Yeah, I know.
You know, this thing's just not working. I mean, dude came in and he ravaged. This is why, though, you know, sometimes you cannot give these guys. You know, this is why Jerry Jones, I think this solidifies why Jerry Jones acts the way he acts sometimes. Because you can't give the whole reign sometimes to people. You know, when you give them the whole thing, they just will make a mess. Now, Chip, even if he gets kicked out of there, that team's still a mess.
Of course. Of course, he definitely had a lot of power over there, man.
Yeah, he came in and got rid of everybody, all his talent, got rid of Mad Speed, and brought in his stuff that was supposed to work, and his stuff's awful.
Oh, terrible, man. Terrible. So, oh, man. You know what? Hey, it is what it is, and we got to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. And we got to talk about killer.
Just wrote, picking Philly is as bad as picking Yale.
No, because Yale was all up in Duke's ass there for a minute, but we ended up losing by 19. But hey, you know what? We all talked about that. That was like more of like a, bet your boy a 6-pack play. You know, it's just like a little light what's the word I'm looking for? Experiment, so to speak. But it is the number 6 team in the country. So I mean, they did play him pretty well in the first half, Dream.
All right.
Why you don't like Yale, huh?
No, I like them, but it's just not. Hey, look, the Eagles DC promises Kelly isn't going anywhere. Well, you might as well stay with him now.
I know, man.
Because who else is gonna come in and do anything with that team?
Nobody at all, man. Nobody at all. So, Killer Cam 11-0, Dream.
I like Killer yesterday. You know that. I told you on Wednesday. And guys, I'm sorry, man. If you took Dallas, I don't. There was only one angle why you took Dallas, and that was the hype, the momentum thing, and that to me wasn't enough to do that.
Best team in the NFC, kid.
Yeah, against that's my thing. They're undefeated. 10-0. You don't get that way in the NFL, being suspect. Even though I still don't think they're that good, but not against the Cowboys though. The spread just was crazy on that game. I just thought. That spread alone, and I know a lot of people thought because of the spread to go ahead and take Dallas because it's like why because Carolina should be given. I don't know where they came up with that spread. I just don't.
Dallas Cowboys.
But they are who we thought they were.
Absolutely, man. And you got Tony Romo is now out for the year, brother. Gone. He should have never came back.
Well, no, I like him coming back, but it was just not. That was a bad spot for them.
That was a bad spot?
It was a very bad spot for them. And even thank God I saw through that.
Yeah.
What I don't get, though, and I want to, there's not a lot to really discuss about that game as far as I'm concerned, because we already did that on Wednesday. Yep. But what I don't get is I don't know what happened in Green Biscuit last night.
That was a problem. That was a big problem. And, you got Brett Favre night. You got, Bart Starr out there, kind of gritting his teeth and all that. And everybody was excited. And you had the rain coming down and the whole package. And they had a shot to win the game at the end. Just could not get the job done, man.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with them. I don't know what's going on with them. But this is a bad time for their offense to be fizzling like it is. Eddie Lacy gives up the fumble again, and things just aren't working out for this Green Bay team. But I don't know if you want that adversity now, and then you skate your way into the playoffs, and you manage to work something out, and you have different type of momentum in the playoffs. I don't know what to do with this team because I'm confused now with them. I don't know if they're good or if they're not at this point.
It just seems like they have no sense of urgency out there, man. It's just kind of like middle of the road. You got Aaron Rodgers with his hands in his pockets, just kind of walking around the field and just kind of.
He's always like that. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with his game. It's everybody else. I think Aaron Rodgers is fine. I don't have a problem with his gameplay. Other than, I do think that on that last drive, there were two situations where he could have ran the ball that maybe not got a touchdown, but got closer to the goal line. And I think that on one of them, he threw the ball away before he got hit, maybe trying to make a pass or make something happen. And on the last play, I don't know. It looked like he had a lot of open field, man, to get in that end zone. He probably would have fell short, but it just looked like he had an opportunity that he didn't make.
Yeah, I know exactly. I mean, and what sucked too was that he had an awesome drive going where he was running the ball.
Yep.
Remember that one right before the last drive and he threw the interception?
Yep.
Oh, man, that was probably their time to shine right there.
No doubt.
And once
definitely.
you throw that pick, it becomes a problem. So, hey, Thanksgiving is come and gone, man, and we've got some games today that we got to have a conversation about. But Aaron Rodgers last night, only 202 yards, 1 touchdown, Dream.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And the Bears are 5-6, trying to make a little run towards the playoffs with your boy John Fox. What do you think? What do you think of the playoffs?
You kidding me? Playoffs?
What do you think, man, of the Bears getting in there?
I don't know, man. Listen, I don't think the Bears are all that by any means. So I will just the NFC is just crazy right now. But like I said, I'm holding my hat. My team in the NFC is Arizona. I really like what Arizona's doing.
I don't understand how you can't consider Killer Cam as one of the best teams out there.
Because I don't.
Now, let me just have you seen this dude throw the ball?
I've been watching Cam throw since Auburn. He can throw the
ball. Who's playing
at
a quarterback position right this second? Who's playing better than Cam right now?
Carson Palmer.
I did highly disagree.
Okay.
Highly disagree. All right, let's go back to what I said.
Go look at your numbers.
Let's go back to what I said about 2 months ago when the season started. Who would you rather have as quarterback position? Russell Wilson or Cam Newton?
I would rather have Russell Wilson.
Oh my God, kid!
I'm just saying I don't like the way Cam Newton play.
Son, you got a disdain.
It's not solely on Cam either. I don't like Cam's offensive weapons. You know, I don't think he has. To me, there's no playmakers on that team. You know, and I don't like that. And I think it's a lot one-dimensional. And you know, I'm not going to base. I'm still not. I thought he would beat Dallas. I already was there with the Dallas game, but I still think that up against a few other teams in the NFC, I think that they will pose a bigger problem to him than than Dallas because they can a team that can offensively move the ball.
Oh man. I just don't see it, man. I really think that maybe I got a little bit of bias now that we have our bet going on, but I really think that Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers.
You're a bandwagon guy anyway. You get started on a team and you just bandwagon them until they get smoked, and then you're like, oh.
I am a little bit of a bandwagon team. I will admit that, big time, man, big time. But I'm telling you right now, and what was crazy is watching the Dallas game with my future brother-in-law, who is a big Dallas fan, and within 59 seconds of the game, they were down 7-0 already. Dream.
I know.
He's like, oh, there's a lot of football left. All right, cool. Very, very optimistic this cat is, man. So, and then all of a sudden they're down 4 touchdowns. He's like, there's a whole nother quarter to go. Stop. And then when Romo went down, it was all over. He's like, yeah, it's over. So, all right. So we got to talk about, we got some things going on, man. We've got Freaky Friday going on here. Guys, we are on SBTV Nation on Twitter right now, having an absolute ball and loving life, man. And Dream, what do you want to do? You want to get into the collegiate slate first?
No doubt.
All right, guys. So let's get right into it. We've got one. As far as ranked opponents today, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games on the ticket, Dream. But I'm not going to really do anything with this Western Michigan and Toledo game.
Yep.
I'm not going to do anything with that. But I am going to talk about the midshipmen over at Navy who are going into the Houston Cougars today, man. I think we need to talk about that one in particular. Tell me what's on your brain right now. I don't know the status of Greg Ward Jr.
Yeah, and the backup was hurt last week as well, so that's a bad situation for them. As both quarterbacks have issues as far as health is concerned. Keep that in mind if you're looking at this game. I am leaning right now Navy based on those two situations. Even with them in, the backup did not look good last week in last week's spot against UConn.
Yep.
He didn't look that great. A lot of mistakes were made with Houston. I think Navy, man. I see Navy coming in and having their way with this Houston team personally.
Oh, absolutely, man. I'm right on the same same page with you as far as that is concerned. Taking a look at this real quick, guys. I'm just pulling it up as far as injuries are concerned. Greg Ward Jr. is upgraded to probable versus Navy. And let's see, who's this guy here? Kyle Postma. That is their backup quarterback.
Yep.
He is injured. He is questionable for this particular game.
Right.
So, you know what? When you look at this particular game, man, I think the Naval Academy can go in there and win.
Right.
I think the midshipmen can get the job done. I know that Houston, I was looking at this yesterday, and Houston's not so bad versus the run, Dream, believe it or not.
No, Houston's I was going to say that. You have to watch. The one thing to beware of is Houston's run defense allows 114.8 yards a game. So
which is not a lot.
Yeah, which is not a lot, exactly. Keep that in mind, as that was another key statistic yesterday for me, too. Carolina's defense allows 99 yards a game.
Yep. Wow.
And Dallas was coming in with, promoting their running game in their offensive line. So, hey, listen, back to this game. The Houston Cougars, now Navy is going to, Navy lives off the run, obviously. The Navy runs 348 yards. Okay?
Right.
That's their offense is running. Obviously, they run the triple option. You guys are all aware of that. So that's a big part of what they do. Now, Houston does have athletic linebackers, so it will be interesting to see how that dynamic all works its way out during the game. However, I see as the game wears on, I definitely see Navy, Navy having their way. And Navy, if need to, Navy can throw the ball, but they just don't throw a whole hell of a lot.
Right. Exactly. I don't even have the I'm looking at some of the past statistics here and all that for
Navy's
Navy.
averaging 68 passing yards.
68?
68. Oh, point two. Let me not shut him down. 68.2.
All right, man. So you know what I love about Navy is that just the ground and pound and the clock control.
Definitely.
They could put up a 9-minute drive on you, brother.
Yeah, Keenan Reynolds, he's a dynamic player. He can throw the ball if he has to. So, I mean, if they really box up the run, you will see him throw the ball. It's just not how they do it, though. They're going to try to run the ball no matter what. They're going to push the run. But I believe that Navy's defense is pretty good as well.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
They're pretty decently well-rounded team. The Achilles heel obviously would be their passing game, but I think they'll be able to keep Houston in check, especially considering the fact that Houston's quarterbacks are just banged up. And I saw them both last week when they came in. They were not effective at all against UConn. I do think UConn's defense is probably a little bit better than Navy, but still, you could tell that the injuries were hampering both quarterbacks.
Sure.
So I don't know how much improvement Greg Ward is. If you can get this game, what do you got for a spread out of Vegas, brother?
Let me see here, guys. Just give me 1 second while I pull that up. I believe it was Houston -1, if I'm not mistaken, Dream.
Okay.
So,
if you could get this in a situation where you can get, I think, Navy with some points.
Oh.
And pair it up with something else that you might like. I think you can't go wrong. And a very good suggestion would be probably where we're going to go next, as we're going to maybe look at the Iowa Hawkeyes.
All right. Well, Navy's actually was a 1.5-point underdog, has now become a 4-point favorite. Wow, Dream.
Yeah.
That's a big jump. That's 5.5 points in like a day.
Right.
Huh. Everybody's feeling the Naval Academy, man. Everybody's feeling the midshipman to go in there and get the job done. Very interesting, man. So are you still feeling Navy?
I am still feeling Navy, but like I said, I think your best bet is to get them involved in a teaser, maybe a 2-team teaser, 7 to 8 points, where you can get Navy plus a field goal and get the Hawkeyes at very.
All right. Well, let's move forward to the Iowa Hawkeyes, because they've got a really ugly game today, brother. And the Iowa Hawkeyes are going into the Nebraska Cornhuskers, and Iowa is 11-0, same record as Killer Cam. And Nebraska is 5-6 with a 3-3 record at home. Iowa was a 1-point favorite. Now they are a 2-point favorite and an under/over of 57.5. Man, wow! I don't like this game, Drew.
I know you don't, and I've been hearing that, and I just can't. I can't go there with you guys. Nebraska lost to Purdue 55-45.
Yep.
Lost to Northwestern 30-28. I just can't. I can't do it. I can't do it with them. I know everybody's got the game that they beat, Michigan State on their mind. They beat Michigan State by 1 point, and we already know the dynamics of how that ended. They should have lost that game.
Of course.
So I'm not going to even go there. Listen, this Iowa team, very good team, well-rounded gameplay. They they beat Purdue 40-20. Meanwhile, Nebraska played around with Purdue. At the 55-45, they gave up, 45 points to Purdue. Iowa did not, because Iowa's defense plays very stellar defense. Another team only allows 107 yards on the ground. Nebraska wants to rush the ball a little bit. They're averaging 170 yards rushing. You could remove some of the dynamics of that out of the game. At Nebraska, as far as their pass game, 272 yards in the air. I just don't see it. I don't, and I also feel that you have the momentum of Iowa, understanding that they're actually been kind of really getting, as far as all the teams in that playoff situation, Iowa's kind of gotten not really looked at and not really talked about.
Well, now they are, because they're number 3.
No, I
four.
get that, but I'm saying they like nobody really talked about them. It was more like, oh, so-and-so lost and this one lost, and okay, we're going to move Iowa up. But it was more so-and-so lost. They've really flown under the radar as far as, their ranking and how well that they've been this season. Nobody's taking them. I just feel like they've gotten no respect. They've gotten taken kind of not really seriously.
You think the committee in the back room sits there and talks about nasty Iowa and calls them nasty like we do?
Right. That's probably what's going on back there. It seems like it, because to me, there's just not a lot of talk about this team or about how they win. You haven't heard a lot of talk about any of their players, but you could talk all about, Ohio State guys, and you could tell me about Clemson guys, but you haven't heard a lot of discussion and a lot of chatter about this Iowa team. Even when they moved up, it was more about Michigan State beating Notre Dame, and it wasn't really about them. So, which I think that they are probably a little bit irritated about, because they're having one of the best seasons ever, playing really good football. They have a really good football team, fundamentally sound. I don't see them losing in Norman.
All right. Well, hey, I wish you the best of luck with that one. I think that is a really nasty game, and I hope that Iowa does win. I really do, Dream. I really hope they win. I'm just something about that game, something about a game tomorrow night in Bedlam bothers me, and we'll have the conversation about it as it materializes as we get closer. But all right, man, so you're looking at that, you're looking at nasty Iowa to emerge today, and I wish you the best of luck with that. There is a team that we need to talk about that you probably haven't been watching, but my kid turned me on to them about a month ago, and they have not lost since, and that is the number 20.
Hold on a second.
Yes.
Do you think that Iowa's game is tomorrow?
No.
Oh, okay. Because you said something about that game tomorrow.
No, the Bedlam game tomorrow with Oklahoma State. No, that's tomorrow's game. This is the game that I don't like today.
Oh, okay. All right. Because I thought you said earlier, because we were talking about earlier, and I thought you said tomorrow night. I was just like, that game's today.
No, yeah. Iowa is today at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, brother.
Okay.
And number 20, Washington State, who is 8-3, coming into 5-6 Washington. And Washington is minus a touchdown, Dream.
Yep.
Washington State is pretty damn good, man.
Yeah, I agree with you. They are pretty good. The Washington, these two teams, though, obviously huge rivalry.
Oh, big. One of the biggest today.
One of the biggest. Huge rivalry. I don't really understand either one of these teams, though.
Well, Washington has beat them the last two times they've played in this rivalry. Right. So, but Washington State, I think they got a shot to win this game outright, dude.
Okay.
And getting 7 points is a little crazy. I mean, they do average about 35 points a game. And Washington only averages 28 points a game, but Washington's defense is very good.
Okay.
They give up about, total, they give up about 380 yards, which puts them in one of the tops as far as the NCAA statistics are concerned. But they're giving up about 19 points a game. I get it. That's probably where you're seeing this line, and it's the fact that they've beat them the last couple of years. I get it, but I think the Washington State Cougars can come out and win this game, and they're getting 7 points, man. This might be a spot that we get involved in, Dream. I think we need to have a conversation. No, you. No?
This is not. You're getting.
You like this?
Yeah. No, I'm pretty good with this particular matchup.
All right. Well, you know what, guys? I am looking at Washington State. I think they're going to be all up in Washington's ass today. And I think for the most part, I think it'll come down to the end, Dream.
Yeah, I'll take a look at the game. I mean, now that you mentioned it, I mean, I haven't really seen much of either one of these teams to really be getting involved with them, so to say. I don't know. I mean, I'm listening to you tell me about it because I'm not, like I said, I haven't seen a lot. I do know that both teams have pestily beat some teams that I didn't expect them to.
Yep.
But I think still, both teams still really just, I don't know, going through the motions, kind of.
No, Washington State is on fire, man. They're on fire right now.
They're 8-3.
8-3, man. Let me just take a look and see what they have done recently, guys, because I know it's been pretty impressive, man. And they've been winning some games that you would not think that they would win.
They lost to Stanford. I mean, what? Because they beat UCLA.
Arizona State, they won by 2 touchdowns. They won at UCLA, and they just thumped Colorado.
Colorado.
Colorado almost beat USC, son.
All right, but we know USC is dusty too. But stop with the Colorado.
Oh, and by the way, they only lost to Stanford by 2 points.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
All right. Just and they beat the Oregon Ducks already. Whatever.
Okay.
You know what? You do what you do. I'll do what I do. How about that?
All right. No. I'm just saying. All right. Okay.
It doesn't matter what you think.
All right. So let's go over to the next one here, man. We've got any interest in number 17 Oregon giving 36 points to Oregon State?
Yeah, I got an interest. 36.
36. I don't think they have any business doing that at all. But Oregon State is terrible, man. 2-9, and Oregon is 8-3, trying to get into that Pac championship, man, which I just don't know if that's going to happen. The other game we got is number 7 Baylor at number 19 TC Yuski.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about this particular matchup, man? What's the deal with Boykin? Is he going to be in or not?
Looks like he's going to be in. I don't know, though. It's probably a game-time decision, so keep that in mind, guys. I would wait until you get more information. You got a 7:30 Eastern Standard start tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard start tonight. So you could take a look at that and try to make your decision from there once you see the start. I don't know if he's going to play or if he's not. Baylor's got the third-string quarterback in as well, who looked very good.
Yeah, Chris Johnson's dope.
Yep, looked very good in his first game. But see, that's my thing, though. Be careful because most of the time it's like the second game, and that was another one of my gripes yesterday about Dallas is you don't really show your rust kind of for some reason till like the second game.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you just say rust?
Yeah.
Isn't that what I was kind of asking you like 2 weeks ago at Romo?
Yeah, on his first game, which I said no. I said, I'm telling you, it's the second game. And I was alluding to that when we talked about it Wednesday, that if there was a game that would be rusty, I thought more of the rust would show this game.
Yes.
Because you kind of come out, you're adrenaline, you're fresh, you got it going, so you don't really show that much rust. And that's my thing. If this guy, and I don't know if the word rust is the right terminology to use as far as the quarterback's concerned for Baylor, but if he shows that, his inexperience might be the better word, it may come to fruition in this game, especially against TCU. Now, luckily, TCU's defense doesn't really give you too much in the area of fits.
The area of fits. I love it.
Yeah, I expect Baylor to get this done.
You think so, huh?
Yeah, I expect Baylor to win this game.
Yeah, TCU on the road. I get it. I get the whole package here. I mean, let me just take a look and see what's going on with this particular game, guys. You've got Baylor, and I want to say with their third-string quarterback, they are actually TCU is home.
They are?
I didn't know that.
I thought Baylor was home.
TCU is at home, and they are -1 with an under-over of 78.5, Dream.
Oh, yeah, TCU is home. It was a really, I mean, it'll be plenty of Baylor fans there. Obviously, it's an in-state rivalry game. So Baylor will show up. They'll, it's like nobody's really home. But TCU is home. I got it. I like Baylor.
You like Baylor, huh?
Yep.
They did look pretty well last week.
I like Baylor.
They did look good versus Oklahoma State. So, I don't know. You know what? I think I'm going to just kind of sit back and watch that game, Dream.
Okay.
Because you know what? I mean, you got to expect this to be kind of like a track meet. And, a couple of turnovers by a third-string quarterback for Baylor. I know he's been pretty good and all that, this Chris Johnson kid, but like you said, you just don't know what you're going to see out of him. So, if you get involved with that, I wish you the best of luck in that particular situation, brother. So, you know what? This is basically just a show to kind of just look at some of these games. I think that for me, I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Washington State to win the game outright as far as the money line situation is concerned. Getting 7.5 points. I know the line went up a little bit. It was 7 a little while ago. Now it's already up to 7.5. But the line movement does not scare me at all, brother. So what else you got on your brain, man?
Hey, as far as college football is concerned today, that's
remember this Marshall Western Kentucky game last year?
I do remember.
Was there like 130 points scored in this game?
I do remember it. It was a headache.
It was a headache, man. And Marshall is getting 10.5 points, which I just don't understand that line. Both teams are 9-2. That's a watcher for me, man. I'm going to be watching that, and I'm going to be watching the Iowa Hawkeyes.
It's a watcher for me as well, brother. I'm not excited about that Marshall game, but I don't have any problem with somebody taking Marshall plus the 10.5. Really don't. I don't. That's once, and if you could put that in a tease, a 3-teamer, Marshall, Iowa, and Navy, that might work for you as well, and get Marshall some extra points. Even maybe Marshall coming in with the upset, possibly. I don't think I'm plugging it because I'm not, but I think that Western Kentucky, I don't know that they should be given that many points.
No, not to Marshall. Not to a thundering herd, man.
Yeah, so, I don't know that they should be given that many points, but of course that's my opinion.
All right, man. So why don't we go over to the NBA and see if you got anything on the ticket. I know that there's one game that's going to kind of – you're going to be a little interested in this one, Dream.
Yep.
Because you got my boy in Cleveland going into your Charlotte Hornets tonight.
Hornets are my undercover, really, really pesty, really I don't know what the word to give them, but they're that mid-round team, mid-range team that just, like, you think that they're not really that good, and then next thing you know, you lost.
Is that like a 7 seed that like wins their first game versus the 2 seed?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're pesky like that. And up and coming and getting more, getting better, with time. They're playing better. So keep an eye on this team. However, not today's spot, especially with Cleveland coming off of a loss. Cleveland lost their last game.
Yeah, Cleveland's -4, but Charlotte, your Hornets are 7-1 at home, brother.
Yeah, I noticed. The Hornets are very good at home. Big ups to Deke's Picks had mentioned the Hornets to me a few weeks ago, a little while ago. I was on him as well, and had been watching him, and me and him have been back and forth about them for most of the season because you can kind of really pick their spots.
Yes, definitely. And there's a bunch of NBA games on the ticket tonight, man.
Oh, yeah.
So, with that one there, I mean, my boy coming off the loss probably, ran home to go do Thanksgiving with his family and all that. Coming back now, going out to Charlotte. Bad spot here for both. For both teams, Dream. Bad spot.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say, you know what? Believe it or not, as I said, bad spot for the Hornets. Actually, as I'm thinking about this, it probably is a bad spot for the Cavs.
Yeah, I mean, because the Hornets, you saw the post-game interview and all that. It's kind of electric out there when they play here.
Yeah, it's very electric. They're home. They haven't really traveled. So, like you said, Cavs probably went home, did Thanksgiving and came on out to there. So, but, I mean, the Cavs are still, it's just it's when you assess talent, obviously they're a more talented team.
Yeah. Why don't you get involved with Rivers and the LA Clips?
Oh, it's fun.
7-8 on the year, man.
Oh, this Clipper team.
The Clipper team. Got the Pelicans coming into town tonight, brother.
I know. The Clippers, man, I just can't do it with them.
Yeah.
I don't know what their problem is. I don't get it.
I don't either.
I don't understand what their problem is. But you know what it reminds me of, honestly? Remember the Spurs last year?
Yes.
The Spurs they were horrible, from all up to the All-Star break. And I kept saying, well, keep watching because they're going to turn it around. And sure enough, there they were at the end, right where they were supposed to be. So I wouldn't necessarily count the Clippers off yet, but, from financial standpoint and getting involved with him like that, in that respect, definitely got to fall back and hang on and wait till they start, getting in the flow and getting some games under their belt.
Absolutely, man. Any others that you're taking a look at today?
Looking at these matchups, man, I don't like them.
I know, man. You got the Miami Heat at the New York Knicks tonight. Ooh, that might be pretty interesting. You think the Miami Heat are going to make some noise in the East?
Definitely think the Miami Heat are going to make some noise in the East.
How about the Philadelphia 76ers, who are 0-16, that almost caught the win the other night and managed to let the game slip away from the Boston Celtics?
I love we're at my house, though. I got a hat there, and I'm telling them as we're looking at the game, I'm like, listen. He's like, oh, they're going to win. I'm like, they're not going to win. He's like, oh, they're going to win. I'm like, Hat, they're not winning.
I thought
Look,
they were going to.
They're up 5, Dream. Hat, they're not going to win. Watch. I go upstairs, use the bathroom, come downstairs. Hat, are they winning? He's all quiet.
Yep. I thought they were going to catch their first victory, man. Could not get the job done, man.
It's my opinion that if they catch their first victory, it is going to be at home. Their first victory will be at home, not on the road. And it's probably, I'm looking, when do they play the Brooklyn Nets?
Yeah, right.
I got to look on their schedule. I'm telling you, look for them to play the Brooklyn Nets and look for them to shine.
They got to go, let's see, they got to go, they're on the road right now at Houston and then at the Grizzlies. But then they got Lake Show at home.
Ooh.
They got Lake Show at home. They got to go to New York Knicks. They got the Denver Nuggets at home. They got the Spurs at home. And then they got to go to Brooklyn, Dream.
They may get their first win on the road in Brooklyn.
What about Lake Show at home on the first?
And that's an idea. We will have the discussion as we get closer to that. I got to see the dynamics of what Lake Show is doing.
Yes.
But yeah, we will get closer to that when it gets closer to that particular matchup.
All right, man. All right. So looking at the NBA, I don't really see anything else that's really tickling my fancy at all. So why don't we move over to the hockey, to the ice, and see what's going on over there, man. See what's happening, man. You got the New York Rangers at the Boston Bruins tonight, and pretty much even money all across the board. That's a 1 p.m. start, Dream.
Coming off here pounding by the Habs, by the way.
Oh, my God. I know. Bad. bad.
Habs got all in that in it. Like,
Yes.
I mean, Habs got in it bad. You know what? Secretly and quietly, the Bruins have picked it up just a notch. But they still had that third period woes that I talk about. You know, I'm not really the biggest fan. I don't really like to mess around with teams on the road.
Yep.
But considering the Rangers' last loss, which was a little bit on the embarrassing side, I'm leaning Rangers in this particular matchup. It's a 1 o'clock p.m. start. If you guys are interested, I'm going to lean Rangers in this game to beat this Bruins team because I think the Rangers are hands down better than the Bruins.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah,
I agree with you on
hands
that.
down better than the Bruins. But I don't really like playing around with hockey teams on the road. I really don't. But I think this is one spot you can take the Rangers in. And I definitely I lean the Rangers in this particular matchup.
I'm with you on the Rangers today, Dream. I think just, we looked at this team, this Boston Bruins team, and it just seems like they can't finish any games. They may even go up early on you and just can't get the job done at the end. Rangers are just a better team here, in my opinion. I think you're going to get a lot of people watching this particular game at 1 o'clock. Obviously, bouncing back between this and college football because that's what's on today. But for the most part, I think the Rangers win this game tonight.
Man, I like a lot of this. I like a lot of road hockey teams. That's bad because it's against what I usually do. But guys, not only do I like the Rangers against the Bruins, I really like the Canadians over the Devils. The Devils haven't been that great this year, and I like the Canadians to beat the Devils in that particular spot. And you got the Preds and the Flyers too. That Flyer team is as bad as the Sixers are. In fact, they're thinking about if they could get some of the Sixers guys to play for the Flyers and some of the Flyers guys to play for the Sixers.
Yeah, right. Oh, exactly, man. Guys, we're on Twitter right now at SBTV Nation. Doing a quick show for you, man, on this Black Friday. Just kind of came into the office, woke up, one eye closed, one eye open, got here and rocking and rolling and having a good time with you guys, man. So
here's a homer man. Hockey's got a ton. Hockey. There's 5 hockey plays that I like are on my mind as well. Hockey has a ton today. Here's a nice home game though, which usually fits under my pedigree, and that's the Dallas Stars, who you're a big fan of. They're playing at Canucks. It's at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard start. I like the Stars to win that particular game.
Yeah, I think the Stars bounce back and get the job done as well,
Definitely.
Dream.
Definitely.
That's like my dream matchup as far as the Stanley Cup Finals is the Rangers and the Dallas Stars.
Right? Well, don't be surprised if it's the Canadians owning the Dallas Stars.
About the Canadians and Kings.
Oh,
yeah.
Kings. Ooh.
Those are definitely the top 4, though.
Yeah, but back to this thing. The Stars are tonight. I like them. I also like the Canadians. I also like Smashville against the Flyers. I like the Rangers. You might want to pair this up. Think about how you pair it because anytime you're on the road, you're taking a shot. It's road team. It's road hockey. You're taking a shot. You're coming off of Thanksgiving. Don't really know what the travel arrangements were or how they worked that out, but it could be, an issue. You're on the road. Plus, you're going to have more people in the stands tonight and probably more energy because people are doing like that. People have been off from work. A lot of people, since Wednesday. Took a half day Wednesday, off Thursday, off today, and off all weekend. So you're going to get more people, in the stadiums, giving that much more energy, that much more push for the teams to feed off of. So keep that in mind when you're messing with these road games. If you wanted to put 2 home games together, son, we've talked about this team, but more about their pestiness and about their goalie being good. But they're secretly kind of putting together a decent season, respectable. I could lean 2 ways as far as something to put with the Stars as far as 2 home teams. The first, I could lean the Capitals playing the Lightning, but that's going to be a kind of a tough game. Lightning has a potent offense still, even though we haven't gotten great gameplay out of Bishop, but at any point he could step up and be that guy again. But the other team to think about if you're looking for a home game, Coyotes.
Coyotes, huh?
Yeah.
Total Sports Edge is Coyotes.
Yeah, Total Sports Edge is Coyotes. You can look at the Coyotes in this spot. Man, there's a lot of hockey. There's a lot of attractive hockey. You're just going to have to figure out who to put with. And if you're not afraid to just give the money line in, obviously the Stars to me is the 5-star.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're not afraid to put up the loop, the Stars by themselves is dope. But I know a lot of you don't like doing that, so you're going to look for another team to put it with. And then that gets tricky because You know how it rolls.
Absolutely.
But you got, anyway, what I'm talking about today, guys, as far as hockey's concerned, and I got a lot of it. Most are leans. I really love the Stars. Okay, that I love. Next, I would probably say my second favorite pick would be the Canadians. I love the Canadians as well to beat the Devils. Then I go into like light leans, and the light leans are going to be the Rangers, the Predators, and then I slightly lean the Capitals. Man, I'm looking at the Penguins too, man. The Penguins should handle the Blue Jackets. Oh my gosh.
Hockey junkie.
There's so much hockey, but you turn me on to that Pittsburgh Penguin team, and they're coming in. Blue Jackets haven't been that potent either. The Penguins' dynamics pose for a bad game against the Blue Jackets as well. Oh, I'm just giving out too much hockey. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to give you all this and have you all over the place. Why don't we just do this? Why don't we just go here? Why don't we just say Moneyline Par? Why don't we say Dallas Stars, Montreal Canadiens?
Montreal Habs, kid.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Habs, the stronger, because I think the Devils are weaker than the Bruins are, so to say, and I think the Habs is. I just think they're in a good place right now. Not that the Rangers aren't, but the Habs are in a good place. They're playing good hockey. I mean, the Rangers are right there too, so it's like right there neck and neck. The two are neck and neck. Let's just pick out those two and just take it from there.
All right, sounds good, man. Sounds good. Well, Dream, like I said, man, this is just a little special show to kind of come on here and see a couple of beautiful females come through the page, and just kind of break down some of the games that we're on today, man. So, hey, you know what? As far as that's concerned, I got a lot of things to do today, and I'm looking at my man Angelo Nunez, obviously sending me all the best of the best. I've got, let's see, Fast Eddie on here. What is going on this morning, man? Good morning to you guys.
Hold on, before you wrap, some college basketball.
Okay.
You there?
Yep.
I got a little bit of college basketball. Yesterday, I don't know if you guys paid any attention to the landscape, but we had Syracuse beat UConn yesterday in that tournament that they're having. I guess it's over at Atlantis. Syracuse today is playing, I believe it's today. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. Maybe it's tomorrow. Maybe they gave them a day off. But I thought it was today. I believe Syracuse is playing Texas A&M today.
Okay.
And I really like Texas A&M, but maybe it's tomorrow. Hold on 1 second.
All right, no problem. No problem. Take a look at the college hoop, man, and Vanderbilt went down to Kansas the other night, man. I don't know about this Kansas team, though.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Syracuse is playing Texas A&M at 3 o'clock today. I really like Texas A&M to win this game. Texas A&M was very impressive yesterday. And Syracuse, UConn should have won. I don't know what UConn was doing in this game with Syracuse yesterday. It was like the ball had the hoop had a lid over it. UConn missed so many layups and wide open shots and struggled with that zone, which they had no business struggling with. I don't know. It was just it was a terrible loss for UConn, and I know Ali must wanted to pull his hair out because it was one of those frustrating games where you could see that UConn was better but was losing. It was stupid the way they were losing. I mean, he started off playing very, very well. I think they went in tied at the half, and then they let Syracuse get on this run off of UConn mistakes where they missed layups, dunks, all kinds of stuff. It was a sloppy paid game yesterday by UConn. I don't know if being out where they're at, maybe they were partying or having some fun. I don't know what happened, but it was a very sloppily played game. That being said, Texas A&M goes to play the Cuse today. I believe Texas A&M gets the game, gets it done. I really like Texas A&M in this spot, so check them out as I think they're going to be successful here.
All right, sounds good, man. Sounds good. For me in a college hoop, man, I'm just trying to.
Not there yet.
Yeah, I'm just not there yet. Not there yet. I'm entrenched in obviously college football being my number one. Loving the NFL, loving the NBA, doing a touch of the ice. And, once football gets over, I'll be really entrenched in college basketball, Dream.
No doubt.
Big time. So as far as that's concerned, I don't see anything on the ticket that I'm feeling as far as the college basketball. I don't know if you have anything else.
As far as anything else is concerned with college basketball, really quick, just a couple of quick looks. You guys might want to keep an eye on Michigan State. I'm not sure what that spread is out of Vegas, but Michigan State is putting together, getting themselves together and starting to look like they're going to be, a problem this season.
Yeah, they are. Big time. Big time. Izzo got the boys all fired up over there.
No doubt, to say the least. And also, stay away from that UConn-Gonzaga game. I don't know that UConn is necessarily going to bounce back off of their loss. Gonzaga lost as well, too. That was Texas A&M. UConn should be able to handle Gonzaga, but I would be careful with that one. I would just stay away from that one. I think if you're looking for that game, I definitely think Texas A&M is the game for you.
All right, sounds good, Dream. Sounds good. So that's pretty much it, man. You boys got to cut out of here. I got a bunch of things going on and got to be somewhere very, very soon. I know it was a short show today, guys, but hey, you know what? We're here on the holiday, the aftermath of Thanksgiving, and just looking forward to a pretty successful weekend, man. So that's pretty much it. Dream, what do we got?
No doubt. I want to thank everybody out there that's retweeted the show and got up to kick it with us this morning. Hope the hangovers aren't too hungover.
Yes.
Hope you had a lot of fun yesterday on Turkey Day, and it was great. Want to thank OJFB, my man, always out there. Jonesy, CD and Capper Kings is out there. Angelo Nunez doing his thing, supplying us with the beautiful eye candy in the morning. Key MVU, JDH24, Tip Talker, Nick Orestes, Vegas Girl 92661, AP Easy G Rose, Rick Lopez, P for Prez, Direct Sports Solution. One more note, guys, we are on the air tonight in Houston at 6:15 Eastern Standard Time. 12:30 KCOH. If you guys are interested, come on over there as we have some fun, and we'll probably be talking about a little bit that happened with the sports throughout the day that we talked about, and give you a couple more little caveats for the weekend. Wayne Yarborough's out there, Terrence Mack's out there, Jeff Ryan, Sirach King J, Long Wu, SD Grind, AB Lint, Fast Eddie 72, Benjamin Rose, C. Rodriguez Jr., LA Wiz Kid, JC, Theory Bashard, Jason Rowley, Razor Ramon, Matthew James Christos, and BT. Want to thank all you guys for all you do. Average Joe Punters out there, and quite a few others that I have not mentioned. Papa Smurf as well. Guys, I am the Dream. Always remember who you with. Make the most of each and every day, as you cannot get this time back.
Yes, sir. And I'm looking at the Evil Genius. He just posted that he is on the same page as me with Washington State. He's got him +7. I've got him +7.5. And I'm going to do a little money line situation, I think. I'm going to plug a little money line with them because I think they could beat Washington. He's also looking at Baylor +1, and he's got Buffalo Dream -6.5. All right, guys. Hey, guys, we are the... Oh, there's your girl looking down again, Dream. The other one. Yeah, there she is, man. Angelo, big ups to you for that, man. We love you to death. Go out there. Go easy, though. Do your own homework. Take your own plays. Make all your dreams a damn reality and get that money. Let's go.